am joined by Paul Nantulia. Paul, thank you so much for your time. French prosecutors say they have found no evidence of direct participation. What exactly does that mean, and what does that say about the possibility of indirect participation?
Well, it is first of all, thank you for having me on the show once again. It's always a pleasure. Look, it's a very controversial ruling. It's a controversial ruling, given the fact that the two countries have a very, very complicated relationship arising from the role of French peacekeepers and French military forces, as well as French military advisors, in the genocide in Rwanda in 1994. Now, the wording, we've got to pay close attention to the wording, which says that there was no direct involvement, which opens the door in the minds of many analysts about the indirect role, such as advising or helping in different ways, the government that was in place at the time, as well as their Interahamwe, which was the youth wing of the ruling party, that was fully backed by the intelligence as well as the Rwandan military. So this by no means puts an end to this controversy, and we're going to see a lot more back and forth, a lot more tension on both sides in the weeks and months and possibly even years ahead.
Paul, take us back a little bit. What is the Rwandans' position here? The French seem to say case closed, but what has Rwanda's argument been here? And of course, we know Kigali commissioned that report last year that found that the French bore significant responsibility and that the former colonial power, in fact, enabled what Rwanda says was a foreseeable genocide.
No, you're absolutely right. The Rwandese government put this commission in place that pointed the finger squarely at France, the French government, policymakers, as well as members of the military. And I mean, if you talk to ordinary Rwandans, I mean, I worked in Rwanda, I worked on these issues, and the narrative among Rwandans, among victims, is that France definitely played a direct role. A direct and indirect role in that genocide. But I would also point out that you do have a number of independent human rights investigators. I would mention here three in particular. The late Alison Deforge, who was a senior advisor to Human Rights Watch, who did investigate and who was in Rwanda during these very unfortunate events, who, quote unquote, said that it is a matter of historical record that the French military was involved in the genocide. I would also mention people like Phil Clark, who teaches at the School of African and Oriental Studies at the University of London, somebody that I've worked with in the past, who has also conducted investigations and reached the same conclusion. Linda Melvin as well from Oxford, she's written a book which provides a very detailed which provides very detailed investigation and also reaches the same conclusion. So it is by no matter a closed issue, as I mentioned before. It is something that's going to continue to affect relations between the two countries.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your analysis there. We really do appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.